It's a good day. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. What's up, all you champs out there that hit the sub button? It's your host, the champion trucker himself. It's a good day, baby. Now, I've already recorded this video. And this mic, let me get it. I got the tiny mic on deck. Okay, we're not gonna use it every time because I did originally change the channel from Tiny Mic Trucker to Champion Trucker because I was just like, I ain't gonna use this all the time. Like sometimes I'm gonna have my phone. I'm not gonna have a video. I'm not gonna have y'all call me out. So I had this on my phone, right? And it kept staticking. It had like a horrible static noise. Can I take this off? No, can't take it off. But it had a horrible static noise to it. I was just like, all right, back to the tiny mic. It never fails me, baby. So good news, some really good news. Let me go ahead and tell y'all the good news. So first and foremost, I woke up this morning and I woke up confident. That's exactly what you need. Confidence in yourself. I was a little nervous. So a little background, because this is the very first video, right? Welcome. Well, look at you. You looking good today. I like it. Keep doing it. Yeah. All right. So, all right. This morning I woke up. I studied combinations, right? And I studied it for about 20 minutes. I said, okay, I felt confident. Went in and I passed it. Now, rewind that to about a month ago. I took my general knowledge, passed it on the first try, used some apps. There's CDL Prep. There is also CDL, any kind of app that you like, just put it, if you have an iPhone, put CDL like Prep or something like that, you'll find it. I used 3 apps in the end of the day. General knowledge was easy to me. I'm not trying to be like, it was just easy for me. Period. It was general knowledge that sometimes if you know, I work on cars, so I kind of knew about it. Manual transmission is also something I'm not like too foreign to me about. Like my dad has a Firebird that has a manual transmission. He kind of explains it to me. You know, you go on a higher gear, lower gear, determining on a certain thing. So I have a dad that's an engineer, so that's why it was kind of easier for me. Air brakes was a little different for me. It was a little different. Now, if you think of it like a bike, right? I believe bikes have tension. They have rods in there. So the previous test, the general knowledge, I kind of used like my mountain bike for the gear shift and stuff like that to help me out. Now, when it came down to air brakes, I was unfamiliar because when you think about it, it's air that's passing through tubing that is now applying the S-cam to the drum. Now, if you think of it in the car, you have a lot of mechanical parts that push that to the drum. And I had to understand that, we're playing the emergency air brake. There's spring brakes. There's a different kind of braking system than if you were to use your normal car. Now, with that being said, I did study for, I really didn't study a lot as long as I like focus on what is in front of me, and then I review it once or twice and it sticks with me and I get an understanding of what I need to do. So I took air brakes and I passed that on the very first try. The lady was like, did you want to go ahead and take combinations? I was like, wait, what about pre-trip? I thought pre-trip was a test I had to take. Well, that is not the case. So I'm looking it up and I'm like, combination vehicles is what I needed to be studying this whole entire time. Now, it's a stupid mistake. I should have looked into it. I should have been like, what do I need to do to get my CDL permit? I guess I was looking at the CDL test and pre-trip was in there. I still got that knowledge retained, but it wasn't what I needed. I was just like, well, I'm here. I'm going to go ahead and take it and see what I can do. Maybe I pass on the very first try. Well, I failed. And I cannot sit here and say or stand here and say that I got all of my requirements out the way on the very first try. Some people will make excuses. They'll be like, well, I didn't know anything. I should have just left and studied, period. I should have just left and studied, and I could have came here and been like, hey, I got them all right. But the thing is I got all my stuff right. I took I took the combinations today. I passed. I'm happy about that. And the news just kept getting better and better. And I'm trying to relish in it. I'm trying to enjoy myself in it because the company I wanted to go with, they approved me. I'll tell you the company here in just a second. We'll go into another video where I kind of explain why I'm going with this company. Now, let's go ahead and get to the CLP. The CLP, which is the commercial license permit that I received. So there was a little issues when I got that. I had the two pieces of, so if you go in there, you pass, make sure you have two pieces of the concurrent address that you live at. Now, make sure your driver's license matches up with that address. I knew that I needed to have my license match up with the address. It did not. So the lady was just like, oh, okay, well, you're gonna, we're gonna go ahead and just do it. She was like, I asked her, didn't my address need to match up? She was like, no, it should be fine. Legal looked over, so the person that they called to review the paperwork was like, why is there two different addresses? This should not be a thing. That could get him in trouble. So I had to pay for amending my license. And then I also had to pay for, obviously, the permit. Now, she canceled the first transaction that we did because initially we were just going to do the permit and that's it. Well, she canceled that and she didn't tell me she canceled it. So I'm thinking I'm paying twice. I'm paying $34 for one thing that should have already just been a one thing, because you're the expert. You said it'll be okay. But, nice lady. She talked it through. I didn't have an attitude or anything like that. I'm a pretty easygoing guy. But for the most part, I got my CLP and I set that into the company that I want to go with, which is, drum roll, please. I don't know what that was. It's going to be TMC. TMC is a flatbed company, actually the largest, I believe, at this concurrent moment in 2021. They are the largest flatbed company. Now, if you're in the comments saying, no, don't do flatbed, no. I'm doing it for a really good reason. I have family, I have a wife and daughter, and the money is really good. It is hard work. I understand it's physical. I'm not, scared of hard work. There are people out there that are scared of hard work. They don't want to sling a 80-pound tarp over them. They don't want to chain. They don't want to get out in the weather and stuff like that. I was born and raised in Indiana. I hate winter, but I'm not scared of working it, right? I gotten used to it. I understand, like, driving in snow. I get these things, right? It's hard for truck drivers, but I imagine with the traction that they have, it's kind of a little bit better, but they have more tires, so the skidding could be a problem. Anyway, I'm getting into a whole bunch of stuff. So TMC, I send in my CLP. He calls me. He's just like, hey, man, all I need is your DD-214, which is your military document saying that you were in the military, and then we could get you approved. I'm over here sweating. I'm like, man, okay, come on. I'm sweating, but he calls me not even probably 20 minutes later, says, hey, we got you approved. I said, oh, yeah. And I'm like, I'm happy, man. I'm happy. I originally had a trip that I was going to go take and stuff like that. And we had to push that back. So my timeline of trucking has moved up. My plan is in 2 weeks from today or this week, I will be getting that rental car. TMC said, hey, we'll provide a rental car. No Greyhound. I have no problem if it's Greyhound. I'll do it. I'm not too sure if I'm going to South Carolina where they have a terminal or if I'm going to Iowa. If it's Iowa, it's only a couple of states over from me, maybe one state. A couple of states over from me. I've never been to Iowa. I've been to South Carolina before at Myrtle Beach. I love Myrtle Beach. It was so nice at the boardwalk. I know that's not where the terminal is located, but, it'd be nice to go down there again. Maybe I go to both of them because I heard stories of TMC where they couldn't do the drive test in there, so they had to go to Iowa. Listen, if you have a problem, I'm not paying for the rental car, right? I have no problem driving. I love driving. The next video that you guys will get probably today or tomorrow is why do I want to become a truck driver? That's actually filmed yesterday, so it'll be in the past. I don't even know that I get this job offer, which is awesome. I don't. They consider you like not an employee yet, but your job offer is actually. I think they do. I think they do. But I got the email. I got to go over it. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm proud of myself. And if I got to talk to myself at the end of the video, I want to make sure that this is all like, I'm not trying to be a brand. I'm not trying to do anything. If people enjoy the journey, that's awesome. But at the end of the day, it's just a journal for myself, like a video journal or whatever. And just kind of saying, in this moment, you were, you were in a difficult job, right? At the warehouse, you got injured, you had a whole bunch of things that you were worried about, you went through a lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, you just made it happen. You could have done what you wanted to do, right? You wanted to, pay for the $4,000 on your own, but reality set in and it was going to be too strenuous on you. At this current time, for me, I believe I made all the right decisions that I can make. Hopefully, in the future, you can look back at this and say, you did it. This was the right decision. Maybe you made some decisions down the road that you look back and you're like, man, I could have done this. I should have stayed strong. I'm at this concurrent moment. I feel free. I'm happy. So hopefully, and I'm gonna release this. My real name is Xavier. So Xavier, hopefully you did it. This is weird talking to myself, but at the end of each video, I kind of want to be able to look back and give myself something. I don't want to just look back and be like, oh, okay, he's talking to an audience. Nah, I was a YouTuber, I was a streamer, so I understand an audience viewpoint, but it's time to get real. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Whoo! Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's your host, with the most. Whoo, 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 sheesh. Anyway, Champion Trucker. Peace. I'm out of here.